Queda aprobada la ley de Bitcoin.
Lawmakers in El Salvador broke into applause after voting to approve Bitcoin as legal tender on Wednesday, making the Central American country the first in the world to fully adopt the cryptocurrency.
So I'm sure you've already heard by now, you can actually move out to El Salvador, potentially if the law passes, with as little as just 3 Bitcoin and set yourself up with an investment visa. All that you need to do is just invest those 3 Bitcoin into real estate or business in El Salvador. And then I'm pretty sure then you should be able to get yourself a El Salvadorian passport and just live there and retire there if you want to. Hi, I'm Ben. This is my wife Gigi, and we set out in 2017 on our journey to follow our passion and own our very first hotel. While away in Australia and the Philippines, I rediscovered Bitcoin, and by the time we came back home some 3 months later, I had turned $500 into over $10,000 just by trading crypto. I was hooked and started this YouTube channel to help others profit from crypto. Today, we also have our site Mutu.ninja to help our growing community with tools ranging from training videos to trading signals, and we continue to build in new features all of the time. Our goal, however, has not changed. We're still striving for that first hotel, but we know that trading the crypto markets is going to be our best chance of success. Welcome to another step along the road as we get that bit closer to finding our new home, our new business, the hotel. And this would be an absolutely excellent option for us here at Mutu Ninja. Not only would we be able to move our entire Mutu Ninja business out to El Salvador, we'd also probably be able to pick up our very first hotel in El Salvador, the first country to actually accept Bitcoin as a national currency. I am in love with the idea of moving to El Salvador, but the elephant in the room, El Salvador does not have the best reputation when it comes to safety. They did have a civil war back in the 80s, and ever since there's been lots of criminal gangs running the streets in the main cities. I must emphasize there that it is the main cities that had the problem with the criminal gangs. The rest of El Salvador is pretty nice and friendly. However, in the last few years, the new president actually cracked down on a lot of those criminal gangs and has made the main cities also very, very safe and friendly to visit. What about roads and infrastructure? Well, it turns out that the roads are also pretty good.
They really do have decent roads in this country. You know, I would have thought El Salvador would have had crumbling infrastructure, but not at all. El Salvador has pretty good roads.
Another big plus for El Salvador is the president. They have a fantastic president right now, and he is doing amazing things. Just listen here to what he has to say about Bitcoin.
So when you look at everything that has happened since the beginning of Bitcoin till now, you can predict what's going to happen in the future, and it's going to be a lot bigger than it is right now, which is quite big actually. But it's going to be even bigger than what it's now. So I think a lot of not only countries but people are switching themselves to Bitcoin.
And just check out this video right here about the president. So these guys, they went out to El Salvador, they were trying to buy a laptop. It turned out to be the wrong one, and the president of El Salvador actually paid and sent them a brand new Apple Mac computer.
It's not turning on, guys. What do you want to call it? What do you want to call this video?
The new video is going to be called How to Spend 2K in San Salvador in less than 1 hour.
30 minutes.
What's the update?
It's not working, dude. We're getting a new laptop. I'm getting the laptop turned on for the first time. Go and check something out just to look at all the specs. And look at that. This is a 2017. It's a 2017 MacBook Pro. They had it advertised as a 2018. So, they got me. I guess that's just how things happen sometimes when you're traveling to another country.
The president of El Salvador not only tweeted out one of our videos, but he was offering to send us a brand new 2019 MacBook Pro.
a special letter. Thank you for your YouTube video about our beautiful country. Warm regards, Nayib Bukele. That's insane!
Another major issue that you may have there in El Salvador, particularly if you're looking at moving a business to El Salvador, would be the internet. Because I take it you're going to be a tech company, probably a crypto related tech company. You're going to need some good internet. And I've got to say, El Salvador isn't too bad. It's, you know, it's not Singapore or somewhere like that yet. It doesn't have lightning fast internet connection, but it does okay. So about 30 megabits per second, kind of standard, particularly if you're in San Salvador. Maybe El Zonte, the Bitcoin beach, might also have relatively good internet speeds. Food is fantastic in El Salvador. It looks like really, really colorful, fresh, good, healthy food. However, having a look at a lot of these videos, you'll see that a lot of people in El Salvador are pretty much well overweight. Now, I don't know if that's a genetic thing with people in South America or Central America, or is it just the food, the abundance of very nice, tasty food, which is making people a little bit overweight. So I'm not too sure if that would be a great thing for myself, already being a little bit overweight. But what about other things like shopping in general? So besides food, you'll find that in El Salvador, there is pretty much all the major shops that you'll find anywhere in the world, all the sort of westernized type shops. You'll be able to get those in El Salvador. And El Salvador is not a big country. It's pretty much about the same size as South Wales, where I live here in the United Kingdom. It isn't much bigger at all, and only really actually has 3 major cities in El Salvador. Now, when it comes to real estate, it is pretty fairly priced. So I don't think you're going to struggle to find some decent real estate with your free Bitcoin. You should easily be able to find a nice big patch of land to build your own property, or maybe just buy one that you're going to want to renovate, or you could just rent somewhere because the rent is pretty cheap. This hotel here looks absolutely fantastic. I think it worked out, I think the guy was saying it's $50 or $30 per night. Now here in the UK, you're going to be looking at just a Premier Inn room, just like a double bed in a room. That's all that you're going to get here. Whereas there in El Salvador, you get an awful lot more for your money. And if you are looking to move your business out there, you really want to know how is the local talent. And by local talent, I'm not talking about how hot the local girls are. I'm talking about how good are the talented people there in El Salvador. Really, you're looking at techie type people. So you'll want to go on a website called tocoloco.com, and there you'll find that the average wages for developers there in El Salvador, mostly San Salvador, the capital city, does look to be in around sort of $1,500 per month, up to about $2,000 per month. So very affordable for a tech company, particularly one coming from outside, which probably pays people an awful lot more than that right now. So being able to go to San Salvador and employ the local people does look very affordable, and I think a great option for a young tech company. So if you're moving your family out to El Salvador, what you're going to find is that to school your own kids, and you're going to want to send them to like a decent international school where they're going to be able to speak English and other languages as well, that is going to cost you about $100 per month per child. So on the whole, El Salvador is looking pretty fantastic. It's nice and safe. It's very colorful and vibrant place to live. It is absolutely fantastic. It's got some great beaches. They've got this big lake inside a volcano, which is amazing. And you can go there, eat in a restaurant, go around in jet skis and stuff. The quality of life in El Salvador looks fantastic compared to somewhere like this here, the UK. So now let's talk about some negatives about moving out to El Salvador. And number one there is going to be the language. So if you do not currently speak Spanish, then you better start learning, because pretty much everybody there does speak Spanish, like everybody. So maybe a slight negative if you're not already a fluent Spanish speaker, but again, really not that much of an issue. What is an issue though is the tax. So like here in the UK, corporation tax, so if you're trading crypto, is about 25%. So right now I think it's actually like 19 for last year's tax, and then it's going up about 1% per year up to 25% for corporation tax. This is because COVID, and they need to repay all of the money that they've printed off over the last year or so, which is crazy, but it's just the government's way of trying to look like they're trying to solve the problem. So this is how I look at tax. So I think 0% tax is really what everybody would like, 0%, but you can't expect a lot in the way of infrastructure and quality of life in a country where they actually don't tax anybody anything, because the only things as far as infrastructure goes in the country would be paid by private corporations, because the government pretty much has no money. But what does work extremely well is countries like Singapore. Now Singapore is outstanding as a country, and their corporation tax is only 5%. Very hard to get into if you want to live there yourself, very expensive place to move to, but absolutely amazing. They only charge 5%, yet because that 5% attracts so many really wealthy businesses to the country, that 5% is actually a very large 5%. And I believe that El Salvador could be like the next Singapore or Hong Kong, somewhere like that. And it could attract all the new young digital tech companies to El Salvador and completely transform the country if that is something that they wanted to do. If you go up to like 25% and above, that is a very high tax environment and somewhere that you're probably going to want to avoid. So right now here in the UK, my main problems being the increase in tax up to 25%, which is really like a warning sign telling you that you want to leave. Plus also the main reason, which is the fact that here in the UK, they keep changing the rules with cryptocurrency. You never really know where you stand 1 month from the next. Like they just banned crypto derivatives in January. Then they're banning access to Binance, to get into Binance and out of Binance. It just seems like there's something different every single couple of months, that there's going to be some new thing come out from the FCA and something's going to get banned or something, and you just never really know exactly where you are. And because of that uncertainty here in the UK, I'm really looking to leave. And that is the main reason. The tax is uncomfortable, there's no question about that, but really it's the uncertainty and not knowing where you stand, because you don't want one day you're completely legal and doing everything fine, and then the FCA comes out with some new crazy harebrained idea, and the next thing you know, you're a criminal. So because of that reason, I'm looking to leave, and El Salvador could be the place to go. Unfortunately, what really hurts is the fact that El Salvador's tax, both income tax and corporation tax, is actually 30%. And 30% is what I would call excessively high income tax or corporation tax. It's crazy high. Now they do have a very good infrastructure and they're putting it to good use. They're looking at geothermal electricity use from a lot of the volcanoes there, so that they can do Bitcoin mining and all that. Sounds great. It could well work, but realistically, I think they'd make a lot more money. The government could actually make more money in tax by taxing people less, and then sort of increasing the appeal for foreign investors and foreign businesses to move their businesses into El Salvador, because I think the prospect of 30% tax, quite frankly, as much as I really love El Salvador and would love to move our company to El Salvador and have our very first hotel in the very first country which accepts Bitcoin as a national currency, I think that's a great story and I would love to do it. Unfortunately, when you're looking at the hassle of moving halfway around the world just to find that you're going to get stung with 30% tax, it's really not that appealing at all, and quite frankly I believe that there are better options out there. So unfortunately, that is it for me for this week. I'll see you again in the next video.